I'm a faculty member at the computer science department, in the computer science and engineering department, and also I'm the director of graduate school science of engineering. In the next slide, there is a very some statistics about our university. What makes us Koç University is one of the top research universities in Turkey, and what makes us excellent is actually one of the factors is the excellent faculty conducting cutting-edge research and the facilities. So, and this is visible from the awards and the research grants that the Koç University is getting. For example, the grants, very competitive and prestigious grants from European Research Council. Koç University is the top recipient in Turkey. And here in these slides, you see some of our faculty who got these grants. Well, these research grants is not limited to ERC. Of course, there are national and other very prestigious grants as well. But we have the firsts, we achieved some of the firsts in Turkey. For example, the first ERC grant in computer science and industrial engineering, we got it. And also, in the next slide, also we will see the recent ones that we just received. For example, some of these grants are in ERC, the second one, after the starting, the second one, and so on. So in short, what I was trying to say that this excellent faculty gets the research, these prestigious research funds, establish their labs and conduct cutting-edge research, and you want to be with them, of course, if you want to be at the frontiers of science and engineering. So what is unique about Koç University, I want to mention that a few things. First of all, we emphasize interdisciplinary research, and we have there are no boundaries between the faculties or colleges. For example, one of the advantages is we have medical school, and the combination of medical school, engineering, and science, many faculty collaborate and attack challenging problems of our society. These interdisciplinary projects also, in addition to individual programs, are fostered by centers. So we have these interdisciplinary centers. One of them is Quiz AI, Koç University İş Bankası AI Center. That brings many faculty developing artificial intelligence, new artificial intelligence methods, and also applying it to challenging problems. And I noticed in the slides that in the scholarship, we forgot to put the AI Center scholarship. So in addition to GSSE scholarship and other research-based funding scholarship, we have also scholarship from the Quiz AI Center. Please check their website on the conditions for that AI fellowship, the prestigious AI fellowship as well. And I was talking about the interdisciplinary centers. Another one, KUTTAM, Translational Medicine Center, brings also science, engineering, and medical school faculty to do interdisciplinary research. This is also supported by the interdisciplinary programs, like graduate programs like biomedical science and engineering, and computational science and engineering, and so on. We have excellent facilities. One of them is N Square Star, is a nanofabrication center, equipped with advanced and most advanced equipment such as transmission electron microscope and so on. These are the resources and the excellent faculty that makes great research and that enables great research. This is in addition to this, maybe I would like to give a little bit hint how to apply and get admitted to these programs. So when you apply, you write a statement of purpose. Please check our these our web pages, departments, the web pages of the faculty members, their research labs, etc. And whatever you want to do, what you are interested, reflect that in your statement of purpose. Before the interviews, faculty goes through this statement of purpose and try to find out students who has curiosity and capable of doing research. So otherwise, any other topic that I want to mention? So we try to provide this best research environment for students, and we are looking, of course, for the best students. And Melissa, are there any other points that I need to mention?
No, I think we have covered most of the key points. So I'm gonna go back to the slides about our professors. My computer was slowing down. I wasn't able to move forward. So here we can also see some of the recent grants under the Horizon Europe program from professors within the Graduate School of Sciences and Engineering. And as you were mentioning, Professor Gürsoy, some of the recent 2022-2021 awards, both in Turkey and outside of Turkey, international awards and grants that have been granted to our professors in sciences and engineering. I also, we can talk about, these are not more recent examples, but we do have them on the website of the Distinguished Seminar Series, which are part of the kind of rich, intellectual, challenging environment that graduate students have at GSSE, where professors from all around the world, from distinguished universities, are invited to come and present their most recent research work to our students and faculty members. After the pandemic, of course, now we have the comfort of being able to do more things online as well. And that has meant that we've had both on campus as well as online presentations from distinguished professors. So before we move to the breakout rooms, before we do that, I just want to show briefly how to get in touch in case you have any questions after today's information session. The Graduate School of Sciences and Engineering, they have their website, which you can see on screen, is gsse.ku.edu.tr. That's the main place where you should first go to find information about each program, deadlines, scholarships, and more. If you wish, you can also contact them via email. But please note that, of course, during the periods just before and after the application deadline, they receive thousands of emails from candidates from Turkey and all around the world, so they may not be able to reply back immediately, so please be patient. Most of the answers are actually on the website, so we ask you to check the website as well. If you're an international candidate, you can also contact us to the emails that you see on screen, study@ku.edu.tr, and you can see the website for international information for international applicants. We also have, of course, social media channels. We now have a TikTok account, which is, we're trying to kind of be where students are, and it gives a good glimpse about life on campus and life in Istanbul. So there are some questions that you have started to type on the chat, and our colleagues in the graduate school have also started to reply to some of those questions. So I'm just going to very briefly go through this to make sure that if there's any questions, or I can, for everyone who has not been able to check the chat. So I think most of them have actually been answered. And in that case, let me check here. Okay, there are some, for example, like, will my application be reviewed before the deadline? No. So all the professors will start to check all of the applications after the application deadline, which, as we mentioned, is June 4th, 2023. Another question, is there a minimum GRE grade for the PhD application? No, there isn't, but of course, the higher your score is, the better. For programs in sciences and engineering, the quantitative analysis section, and that's an important part of the exam. That's a feedback that we have received from professors. There's a question here. How can I know what are the facilities and equipment that are available for mechanical engineering? So I will kindly ask Mohammed, who asked that question, to ask it in the breakout room, because there we will have our professors from mechanical engineering who can provide more technical details of the lab facilities and equipment. Okay. Are there any requirements for the statement of purpose? No, there isn't a kind of minimum number or maximum number, but typically what we see is that well-written statement of purposes are 1.5, 2 pages. In some cases, they can be, of course, 3 pages, but you have to consider that there will be read by professors who have to check, a very large number of applications. So you need to, we have a lot of tips on our website about this and a webinar as well. So you need to make sure that you use the space to highlight your strengths as a future and your potential as a researcher at the university. There's a question. So if I'm a Turkish citizen, but I graduated from Russia, am I supposed to apply like international student or local one? As a Turkish, it's up to you. So there is no difference. It's just that you have options in terms of which test you apply with. For example, if you want to apply with ALICE instead of GRE, you can do that. If you, for English proficiency, if you want to apply with the GSSE exam instead of TOEFL, you can do that. Or if not, then you apply with TOEFL and GRE. Can international students work in the labs? Like, is there some kind of studentship fellowship? Well, for most students, you will work as research assistants in labs or in groups. So that's part of what the stipend is aiming to cover, which is your time and effort to work as a research assistant and as a teaching assistant at the university with one or more professors. Okay, there is a question. Is there a bioengineering master program in English? So all of our programs are in English. I will repeat this. All the programs that you saw featured at the start, they're all taught in English. So we don't have any programs in Turkish, okay? And if I come from an English-speaking country, do I need TOEFL? So if your country of citizenship or nationality in your passport is one of the ones that is listed on the application form as being exempt from providing an English proficiency exam, then yes, you can see the countries included there. Can we receive both TÜBİTAK scholarship and co-funded, or both TÜBİTAK and project-based? I will bring this question to Professor Attila to make sure that I don't say anything wrong here. So can a student receive both TÜBİTAK scholarship and Koç scholarship? As far as I know, no, but I want to confirm.
They can.
Yeah.
They can. I think the rules change about that.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
There is no restriction.
Thank you, Diana. Another question, can I get ALICE from another country outside of Turkey? No, so ALICE is a test that it's administered only in Turkey and it's in Turkish language. So this is why it's mainly for Turkish applicants. But if you're outside of Turkey, then you can take the GRE test. There are some individual questions about your individual kind of credentials or GPA or GRE scores, which we're not going to answer here. I would kindly ask you to ask the professors in the breakout room, okay? If my master's degree will be complete in September, can I apply for the PhD? So if you will be obtaining your diploma by September, okay, but if you you just need to make sure that you can show that you have graduated before the start of the PhD program, which as we mentioned, is in October. Okay. Okay, so Yes, so there are some questions, for example, for those of you who are located in Russia, you may not have access to test centers for TOEFL. In that case, you can explain that in the application. So in the section for English proficiency, you can mark that you're unable to provide an English proficiency test, and there's a notes section where you can write that where you're currently living, if it's Russia, that there's no test centers. You may then, if you're shortlisted for an interview, you can also explain this during the interview, and you may receive a conditional offer so that you take the test once you're in Turkey. There are some questions about computer engineering, so I'm going to kindly ask you to ask them again in the breakout rooms. And I think